Good morning and welcome to Morning the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Glad you had a chance to join us today. We're going to take a very quick look at the roadways before we get into the rest of the show. State Route 416 near Webb Creek Road here in Sevier County. Something to watch out for. One of the back ways toward Gatlinburg. That's down to one lane. Going to be down to one lane throughout the winter and early spring season, so you'll need to watch out for that. Doing some rock slide work in that area. Also 129 Alcoa Highway, look for some slowdowns there as they're still finishing up some constructions there too, and always bogs down in the morning and afternoon rush hours for the most part. I-75 near mile markers 1 and 51. Be alert for some possible lane closures between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. And also in Blount County, 129 between 35 and Tyson Boulevard. We'll have some lane closures there as well. That's a look at the roadways. Now let's see what Kira and Savannah are up to.
Good morning, it's Kira with Morning in the Mountains, and today I'm here with Jim with Rocky Top Tours. Now Jim, how long have you been a tour guide?
I've been a tour guide going on 40 years.
40 years.
That's older than you are.
It is, yeah. And you know so many things. We've been up here, we went up to Klingman's Dome, and where are we at right now?
We're at Newfound Gap.
Newfound Gap. So which tour is it that we just took?
This is a Smoky Mountain Special.
Smoky Mountain Special, which is on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
And then what other kind of tours do you have?
We do Cage Cove. We do that on Monday.
Ooh, I love Cage Cove. So which one is your favorite?
This one.
This one? So is this one the best for the person who isn't maybe a local and they want to get a good feel?
Somebody that's never been here, this is where I tell them to go.
Okay, cool. Now, what's your favorite thing about being a tour guide?
It's just meeting all the different people, and you get to go into the national park, which I don't ever get to do unless I'm working.
Right, and you have a great job.
I do.
And you're good at it too.
Thank you.
Yeah, so speaking of how good you are at it, how can these people come and take a tour with you?
Just call us up on our phone number, 865-429-8687, and we'll book it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you.
I've had a lot of fun here with Rocky Top Tours and can't wait to finish out this tour and see what else there is.
Sounds good.
Now back to you guys.
Hey y'all, it's Blake here. The crew at Old Red and I want to wish you and yours the happiest holiday filled with all your favorite things. Be safe and be good, but not too good. We'll see you next year. Cheers, everybody.
Good morning, and thank you for watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. I'm Frank Murphy with Jim Johnson, Kira Cupp, and Brad Lovett. And just before we went on, Jim started asking us about our least favorite Christmas songs.
Oh.
Now, I happen to love Christmas music. I collect Christmas music. I've got dozens of CDs that I wish I hadn't bought because I now have to replace them all with, digital downloads anyway. But I have shelves and shelves of Christmas CDs at home. And I usually would buy the offbeat ones that you wouldn't hear on the radio, because why would I buy Paul McCartney's Wonderful Christmas Time? Yeah. I don't need to have it in my CD collection because it's on the radio every couple of hours.
Every couple of minutes, it seems like at times.
So there's been articles saying that's one of the all-time worst. So either love
Is
it or
really?
hate it. Oh yeah.
Wow.
In the radio business, people said, is Wonderful Christmas Time not only the worst Christmas song of all time, but the worst song of all time?
Why do they play it so much?
The answer is
Play
no
it
to
all the
both.
time.
Because it's Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney. I mean, he's a phenomenal musician, and but
Yeah,
that song gets more time on the air than any song during Christmas time.
Actually, Mariah Carey usually gets more airplay.
Oh, that's true.
So for the past couple of years, Mariah Carey's been number one. Somebody passed her last year. Do you remember who it was as the number one? But anyway, but if you're an artist of that stature and you put out a Christmas song, people are going to pay attention. Elton John, Mariah Carey, Paul McCartney, Bruce Springsteen.
Justin Bieber recently made one, I think.
I think we should have a Christmas
Taylor
song,
Swift.
Why don't we do a Christmas album?
Okay.
Because I can't sing, but
We
you
should
have
hear.
it.
Let's, it's cold outside.
Keep going.
I don't know where you're going.
We don't know this song. We're too
There's
old.
presents under the tree,
Keep going.
and Santa is coming home to me.
Is this a real song or are you making it up?
I'm making it up.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, she did good. That was
Oh,
great.
you think so?
Yeah, I think
Like
I liked
the
it. It
first
rhymed.
one.
It was good.
Thank you.
Well, you can find a song in the public domain like O Tenenbaum and make up new lyrics. That's easy.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she did, Kara. I think we did a great job.
Well done.
And then you can teach
Thank
us,
you.
and then we can sing it, and that'll be our Christmas present to the
Let's
world.
do it.
Yes.
All right. Well, Brad, what else we got now that we're less than a week till Christmas?
Well, something that's not all that Christmassy, but it could be. There's a trail in Bend, Oregon that's a testing ground for a new wheelchair that's especially made for hiking. Now, a gentleman named Jeff Babb hasn't walked since he was 14, but he loves the trail and he's invested a lot of time into a prototype for an all-terrain wheelchair.
Ooh,
Awesome.
So we
That's
may be
So-
seeing in the
amazing.
Smoky Mountains at some point.
Yeah, that'd be really good. Excellent.
Now, he's invented that new team sport as well as folks are making teams to use that. He calls it his Advent chair. It resembles a mountain bike. It has handlebars, disc brakes, and a bright orange frame. That would come in handy. Its purpose is to help people with serious disabilities access trail systems because, as Babb puts it, we need to celebrate that we're alive.
Nice.
That's absolutely true. You know, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I bought my dad one of those motorized wheelchairs, the
Yeah.
motorized chairs, because my dad he had a stroke and it messed up his heart where he has a hard time walking for long distances.
Sure. Too much exertion.
And he's been stuck in the house and he's got macular degeneration. You've seen my dad; he's been on the show a couple
Yeah.
times.
He comes by the studio with you sometimes.
But-
we love having him here.
Well, we had him at the studio a couple weeks ago. It was a couple months ago. And when I was driving back in town, I noticed one for sale. I stopped, pick it up, put it in the back of the truck, took it home. Dad probably puts 5+ miles a day on that chair, and he says it's the best thing ever.
That's freedom. You've given the gift of freedom.
He just rolls down the street. It's funny.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I got this great picture of Mom sitting on his lap, and they're just both laughing. I have to send that to you, Hunter. We'll pull that back when.
Make sure you put a GPS locator there
It's
on
just
it,
great.
in case he takes a
I
wrong
love
turn.
it. He loves it. He loves it. So I'll have to get him that hiking chair. That'd be fun.
Nice. Nice. What else you got, Brad?
Well, most of our viewers may possibly have their Christmas tree, but just in case you didn't, we got some tips from our friend Stephanie Milani of AAA, who's
Yeah.
been here several times.
My dad didn't use, and when I was a kid, we didn't buy the Christmas tree until the 24th.
Really?
Why?
Well, because in the olden days, and I guess my parents are, they're not that old, but this was the tradition, is Advent was a time of preparation. You'd have a wreath, you'd have an Advent calendar. Maybe if you have the nativity scene set up, you don't put all the characters in it yet. You just have the empty building and maybe the animals. You don't add in the other characters until they would show up in the course of the story.
That's
so
cool.
On Christmas Eve, we would go like the old man in A Christmas Story. Like the movie, you go and you'd buy the tree, the live tree, as fresh as possible, and you would set it up and decorate it, because in reality, the first day of Christmas is January 25th. And we would keep it up for the 12 days of Christmas until January 6th, at least. So that's why you would start as late as possible, because Christmas season extends really into January and almost into February. If you want to get technical, but it
That's
goes till
more reason to leave your Christmas lights up and.
yeah. Oh, if you go to a heavily Catholic community like St. Louis, they keep their lights up all the way through January.
Wow.
Fun.
Yeah,
Love it.
Of course, it's also too cold to go out and take them down.
And I grew up in a very Catholic community.
So you know what I'm talking about. You
Yes.
keep the lights up definitely through January 6th, if not longer. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Certainly. Well, we'll get to these tips about securing your Christmas tree to your vehicle here in our next segment.
Yes, tie it on tight.
Bottom line, pretty much, yes. But anyway, we do have tickets to talk about.
Yes, if you want to go see some shows, some Christmas-themed shows in the Smoky Mountains, we can help you out with some discounts. Call 865-978-1152. You'll be seeing more of that throughout the course of the program. 865-978-1152. Discount tickets without the hassle from our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals. You're watching Morning in the Mountains, and we've got more coming up. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Hi, I'm Frank Murphy, and people say I like to needle others, but not in the same way that Dr. Amber Collins does. Hi, Amber, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Literally an acupuncturist.
Literally.
You stick needles in us.
I literally do.
Now, we had the good fortune of meeting you at the Knox Asian Festival in August because Mountain Fun Life had a booth at the festival, thanks to our friend Kumi, and you were right next door.
I was, indeed.
So tell us about how you, Amber, started. Where do you begin when you become an acupuncturist? Do you take classes as a child, as an adult, at college level, high school level?
That would be cool if you could take classes as a child, I think.
I mean, I wonder, but what is it in your
Yeah.
life that made you think, I want to go into helping people?
I gotcha. Well, I had a career in a corporate setting, which led me into this profession.
Okay.
I was struggling with a lot of headaches and migraines, mainly due to stress. And so I sought out acupuncture as a way to alleviate that issue.
Really?
And it was one of many modalities I used, but I also grew up in a environment. My mom worked for a chiropractor who did homeopathics my whole
Yeah.
childhood. So we did more natural medicine.
When you have like migraines and headaches, where when I have, or we have, where would you put an acupuncture needle for a headache? Does it go right into your head?
Well, one of the beauties of acupuncture is there's a lot of ways to treat.
Okay.
So typically, I personally will needle more distally or remotely from your head.
Because there's a cause somewhere else. The nerves are connected somehow.
Well, I could sit here and talk to you for hours about how
Yeah.
the medicine works. It's deeply complex, but a lot of times it seems to work better to put needles in far away from the issue, in the meridian or the channel.
Interesting.
Yes. So again, I could talk
Wow.
to a wall,
Oh, of course.
your dog, anyone about it.
Because you're fascinated. This is your life.
Fascinated,
All right, so
yes.
you moved then from this corporate training world into medicine.
Yes.
How do you begin to become an acupuncturist? Where do you start?
Well, I was fortunate. I moved from Austin, Texas, and it turns out that there was a highly accredited school in my backyard.
No kidding.
Essentially, yeah. But most acupuncturists in the United States these days go through a master's program that's typically 3.5 to 4.5 years long, depending
Yeah.
on how long you go.
Yeah.
You get licensed under whatever board or health department of each state. Each state has different regulations, but typically you will take 3 to 4 national board certifications in order to become a licensed acupuncturist. It's close to 3,000 hours of training. That includes school and clinical hours and many practical exams. You definitely have to want to do it
Oh, yeah,
to become
no
an
kidding.
acupuncturist.
And obviously you now have your practice not far from the Smoky Mountains in Seymour, but you also have, you have multiple opportunities to get treated by you, Dr. Amber.
I do, yes. I actually am in the Tennessee Spine Center here in Sevierville with Dr. Josh Chambers and his amazing team.
Yeah.
I'm there part-time, but I also have a spot in Seymour, which will be moving to South Knoxville, but still only about 10 to 15 minutes north of
Yeah,
Seymour.
that's Seymour
Not
and
far.
South Knoxville are right there, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
All right. And what's the best way to contact you and find you about when we have what issues?
Anything. This is what I tell people. Anything other than major emergencies.
Really?
If you feel like you're having a heart attack, please don't call me. I'm just going to send you to the ER.
Of course.
If you just got in a car accident or broke something, don't call me.
No.
But just about everything else I've seen Chinese medicine help with.
Okay, and that's where, of course, obviously the art of acupuncture comes around. I remember reading many years. It seems like it's been around now, of course, in America. A long time, but I mean, believe me or not, I'm old enough to remember when it was exciting and new and it was on the news. You're not going to believe what people are doing.
Well, people joke with me about how they pay me to hurt them and they keep coming back because, it's not painful, but you are using needles as
Yeah.
a tool. So it really is just a pinch if you feel it at all.
Wow. So is it mostly used for pain relief?
I think that's what it's most known for.
But you're
it's
saying-
used for so many different
All right.
things.
What's the strangest thing that obviously you've treated many patients. What's the thing I would least likely predict that someone would seek out the help of an acupuncturist? I mean, don't violate HIPAA or anything.
Yeah, no, that's a good question, though.
But or you probably
strangest
in the
thing.
books, in the textbook, you say, "Oh, here's somebody who had a blank, and acupuncture helped them."
Put me on the spot here. Wow.
Well, all right. I mean,
yeah.
it's
no,
it's not
I
gonna.
don't know the strangest thing, but
It's not going to help with wrinkles or.
Well, actually, it does.
What do you see? I picked a
Cosmetic acupuncture.
random thing.
Yeah, it can help. It can help with wrinkles. There's been a number of issues. Like, I will say that there are complex issues that come in that Western medicine hasn't been able to figure out why. And so you really have no other lens than what you do to know why too, and it helps a lot of those things.
All right. How about another thing? I'll pick out of thin air. Gluten intolerance.
It helps manage the gastrointestinal system.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm trying. I'm trying to
That's
pick
what
the,
I mean. There's
literally the
nothing-
weirdest things I can think of.
I don't think there's anything, because on some level, with some frequency of treatments, it'll help with fatigue, energy, sleep, women's health, men's health, emotional issues.
Ingrown toenails.
Blood flow and circulation. That's what it would help.
Well, actually, that would be a situation you have to go to an actual podiatrist. So I picked something that's an actual injury.
Yeah, it's hard to find. I mean, see,
yeah.
it is hard. I'd have to think about that.
All right.
Actually, that was a
What's
good
the best way to
question.
get in touch with you, Dr. Amber Collins?
Well, my website is wildelementsacu.com. That is my business name, Wild Elements. So that's where
And
you will
ACU
find me.
acupuncture.
ACU acupuncture.
All right.
Yes.
Well, what a joy to meet you and talk to you. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right. I hope I
appreciate
didn't needle you too badly in this conversation. That's what I'm known for.
it. No, you didn't. I think we're good. Yeah.
All right. Amber, thank you again.
Thank you.
Say the website one more time.
wildelementsacu.com.
All right. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Frank Murphy here with Amber Collins. We'll be right back with more coming up.
Welcome back to Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. I'm Brad Lovett. Looking for a chance of some ice and freezing rain if you're in the high elevations particularly, but if we're having that, that's going to disappear pretty quickly as we get up to about 50 degrees today. Look for a chance of a shower though. Remember, when I say 50 degrees, we're talking near the attractions, and you're going to need to allow for some temperature drops as you go higher in the elevations. Even Gatlinburg will be a little bit chillier than Pigeon Forge, and then up into the mountains. If you're going to Mount LeConte, all bets are off. It can be a lot chillier there. And of course, look for a possibility of road closures if we do have snow or ice up on Newfound Gap Road. Looking ahead, we'll have some showers in the morning and around 50 for the weekend. That's Look at the Weather. I'm Brad Lovett on Mountain Fun Life.
The best way to see the Smokies, Rocky Top Scenic and Leisure Tours. Our beautiful tours of the Great Smoky Mountains will take you where you want to go. Imagine experiencing the beauty of the Great Smoky Mountains through the windows of our mini coach. Every member of the family can devote themselves to the passing landscape. We take you to the best places. So if you're looking for the best way to enjoy the Smoky Mountains, let us take you on a Rocky Top bus tour. Rocky Top Bus Tour, the best way to see the Smokies.
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Frank Murphy with Jim Johnson, Kira Cup, and Brad Lovett. And of course, we started the show talking about Christmas songs.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is when Mariah Carey comes on the All I Want for Christmas Is You, is just lip sync the backup singers. Like you're sitting there while Mariah's singing, you just pretend you're doing nothing. And then it gets to the part where you go, and I.
So you need to actually the karaoke version. So
Yes,
you
the
can-
karaoke version of the back. My friend Krisha gave me this idea a few years ago, but I can't stop doing it now every time I hear the song. It's hilarious.
That is fun.
So try that. My wife thought I was trying to do Whitney Houston. No. This is the backup singers on All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's fun.
That does sound fun. I still can't figure out how to harmonize.
I can't either.
You can't?
I got
Can
nothing.
you do it, Jim?
Yes.
What about you, Brad?
I love singing.
Not a clue.
I love singing. I'm a huge karaoke fan. Big time.
Oh, me too.
I like karaokeing.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Love the heck
Over the summer, I had to go to my friend's house. She said, we're going to have a karaoke. And I'm like, oh, no. I tried to avoid doing it, and they made me get up there and do one. And I hated it.
I love it.
That's one of those things I get really self-conscious. I can't carry a tune unless I'm doing it as a joke. So I had to just go all in as this is going to be bad. Here we go.
Well, I don't really do the singing ones for the most part. I wish I could sing the songs I like, but there's no way I can sing James Brown. It's just not happening. But anyway, my daughter and I used to go every week for a while, and we would do the novelty song, Somebody's Watching Me, and she would do the Michael Jackson part. I do the crazy part.
The Rockwell.
Yes. Rockwell, yeah.
Love that. I'd love to see that. I could see us doing like the Soggy Bottom Boys,
Oh, yeah.
That could be a song that we
I
could
did
do.
that with my dad and my sister
I saw
in
that.
Florida.
That's
a couple
Brother
months
Where
ago.
Art Thou type stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
Like,
That
what
was
is that?
I watched
The,
that. It was
Oh,
good.
you did?
Yeah.
What's the
Kira
song?
did it.
What's the song?
Oh, the
Endless Sorrow. something?
Constant Sorrow.
Man of Constant Sorrow?
Man
Of
of
constant
constant
sorrow.
sorrow.
That's great. I love that song. It's fun.
Something.
You've just made yourself the best singer on the show. No
Am
offense,
I?
Jen.
No,
I've never
hey,
been
not the
that
only.
before.
Well, earlier in the show we were talking about Christmas tree safety. So if you're one of the folks who likes to get their tree late, like for example, or better yet, if the first tree that you bought's already dried out and you got to get rid of it and get a new one.
Got to remember to put sugar in the water.
Oh yeah, we used to put Sprite in the water.
That works too.
And
Right.
yeah. And when I moved to California, they actually sold the Christmas trees with those wooden crosses on the bottom, those X's on the bottom, like on Charlie Brown. I always thought that was fake. I thought it was like only in cartoons. But then I moved to California. You actually buy them they just nail it in. They take two boards that are shaped in such a way that they can fit together, and they nail it into the bottom of your tree.
I just hope the trees don't feel any pain. Like when they get chopped down. Like you. Well, I mean, I don't eat meat.
No, you go ahead.
Because I don't want the animals to feel pain and I don't want to harm them. I don't even kill bugs. So, like, to kill trees, I wonder, do they feel that?
Same as your salad.
I know.
That's what I'm going to say. Before long, you're not going to be eating anything, Karen.
Your salad is screaming in agony with every bite.
I
I'm
eat
sure.
air.
That's what I fear.
Well,
I
stop.
eat air.
Okay.
Stop it.
Okay.
What do animals eat?
Vegetables
And other animals,
And other animals.
so therefore it's okay. Why are the
Yes.
vegetables here?
for us to eat so we
Boom.
can live.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're okay.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
I like the secondary. Animals eat.
They take used Christmas trees and they bring them to the zoo for the zoo animals to eat.
That's good.
I didn't know they ate trees.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things
full
I
of
don't know.
Like what is a they're just giant broccoli.
Kind of, sort of. Tastes a little different.
So if I'm carrying a tree home in my car with 6 days till Christmas, Brad,
Oh, Lord.
and I have to drive really fast. My friends Dave and Jessica are in a car commercial, and that's the joke.
That is a great commercial.
I've seen
Dave
that,
is
yes.
driving the Honda. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, but Dave's driving the SUV really fast.
I love that
And
commercial.
by the time he gets to home, where Jessica, the other member of our improv troupe,
This is a great
there's no
commercial.
needles left on the tree.
This is a great
Oh,
commercial.
my goodness.
This is a great commercial. I loved it.
So,
I like
what's
that.
in reality? What should we do?
Well, from Stephanie Milani of AAA, she says it's best to transport a Christmas tree on top of a vehicle equipped with a roof rack.
Oh, like when you were in the parade,
Oh,
and with
yeah.
the Mountain Fun Life Humvee, you had a Christmas tree on the roof.
We
that was
sure did.
funny. I made fun of it on the show, on the
Did
parade
you?
coverage.
A lot of people were making fun of it as we were driving by in the Gatlinburg parade.
It was funny. It was legitimately good. It was funny.
Why is there a tree on the roof?
It was funny.
Why not put a tree on the roof?
Now,
Laying
you-
down like they're transporting it, like Brad's describing.
Yeah.
What's the Christmas vacation bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. I love it. I think it's great.
And remove the squirrel first. Okay.
There's a guy who has one of those trucksters, like Clark Griswold. In fact, I was
Yes.
talking to him at the Rocky Hill Parade. He bought a new station wagon, or bought an old station wagon from Cape Cod, Massachusetts, had it moved to Tennessee, and then he put a big tree on the roof and put a toy squirrel, a stuffed squirrel, in the in the tree. So when he's driving it around,
This is
it's
great.
got
I
the
love it.
squirrel in it.
I love it. I think it's
Alrighty.
All right.
So
any other
protect
safety
your
tips?
tree, and let's and I guess we need to talk about tickets.
Sure. We're done with the safety tips for the tree.
Well, I'll give you one more here. We got to protect your vehicle. Use an old blanket to prevent paint scratches and protect the vehicle finish. So you don't want your vehicle scratched up. And point the trunk toward the front. Always place the tree on a roof rack or in a pickup bed with the bottom of the trunk facing the front of the vehicle. Try it down, and don't damage your vehicle when you remove the tree, because you wouldn't want to do that.
There you go. Well, that also will apply when you're trying to get rid of the tree, because like on noon on Christmas Day, when you're totally taking the tree out of your house because you're a Grinch. What?
We're both like about to talk. You also don't want to leave your lights on if you have a real tree, like whenever you're not home, because it
Yeah.
If it dries out, it can catch on fire.
Which is another reason why you buy a fresh tree this week
Right.
to replace the one that you dried out that you bought before Thanksgiving. We've got great deals for you when you call our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals at 865-978-1152. And you'll learn more about that when you watch the show, or you can just read it across the bottom of the screen, can't you, if you put that up there? If I ask nicely, you can put the phone number on the bottom of the screen for me. There it is. Now I don't even have to say it because it's right there. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. We'll be back with more after this. It's Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. Hi, Frank Murphy here with sports director, sportsman, activities director, Rich Haley.
We'll figure out my role eventually.
I'm working on it.
Yes.
And what do we got?
More basketball.
More hoop.
More hoops.
More hoops.
So, do you play basketball?
No.
Okay, good. That makes two of us.
I have failed multiple attempts. I was in a free throw contest one time at halftime of my alma mater versus another guy's alma mater, and I played in a game against the LA Breakers.
Okay.
Jimmy Kimmel. I came up with this idea that we should play against a team of dwarfs and midgets, and they were both on there. So there's a difference.
Yes, there is.
And because we had a guy who worked with us named Bean, who was super tall, and he thought surely we can defeat the micro basketball team, the LA Breakers, and we lost.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a basketball player, I said a very good pick. I can get in anybody's way.
There you go.
And that's about it.
I couldn't even do that. I came up with the idea to eat Marshmallow Peeps for energy right before I went on the court, and that was a terrible, terrible idea.
All right, so let's talk about people who know how to play basketball.
Yes.
So our high school schedule, we've got several games tonight. Sevier County, again, is playing at Carter.
Okay, so Smoky Bears versus Hornets.
Yes, they're going to the Hornets. And Pigeon Forge is taking a long road trip. They're going up to Pineville, Kentucky.
Tigers versus Pineville, Kentucky.
Yes.
And no one knows.
And I don't know who their mascot is.
Doesn't matter. It's probably a tree.
They're the Pine Cones. I've just named them. They're the Pine Hill, Kentucky
pine
Cones. Okay. And Kings Academy is also in action tonight, taking on Cumberland County. Yes, and they are the Lions.
The Gaps. They're taking on the Gaps. The Lions versus the Gaps.
Yes. And
Gaps also very passive because you're counting on someone to fall in.
It's a hole. Also, we do have some local basketball going on. Rocky Top Sports World is having their tournament, the Great Smoky Mountains Invitational, and that's running Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Who plays in that?
There are 24 high school teams. It's a TSSAA sanctioned tournament, so it's all sanctioned play. They're using TSSAA officials.
Okay, from Tennessee then?
Tennessee or any other state.
Oh, okay.
And it was a first come, first in. I think they got 24 boys teams and 24 girls teams.
Wow.
So
way cool.
3-day tournament.
All right, cool. Nice to hear about that.
So plenty of hoops action locally and on the road.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you very much, sports/activity/sportsman director man, Rich Haley. You're watching Morning in the Mountains. We got more coming right up.
We now have our own magazine. Our prints are located in shops, gas stations, hotels, ballparks, all over the Smoky Mountain region. We offer a concierge service for cabins, hotels, resorts, and individuals. A portion of any of our services or ad space may be applied as ticket value to the cost of any service or ad you book through us. Contact our marketing today for a free initial consultation. Email marketing@mountainfunlife.com.
You've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. You have to carefully monitor your health for the rest of your life, and you have an increased risk of developing cardiovascular disease.
Cut.
Type 2, take 2.
Action.
You've been diagnosed with a new purpose, to fight for the amazing life you made for yourself, to look that risk of heart disease square in the face and say, no, not me. You've been given a new opportunity to live. Get started at NoDiabetesByHeart.org.
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on Mountain Fun Life. I'm Frank Murphy with Jim Johnson, Kira Cup, and Brad Lovett. Thank you so much for having fun with us this Thursday morning. Obviously, we are in the Christmas spirit on this, let's see, Thursday before Christmas. I was trying to figure out how many eves it is, but I'll have to actually count that out on my fingers. Because if Tuesday is Christmas Eve, then Sunday is Christmas Eve. No, wait, Monday. See, I can't do it. Tuesday, Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday,
Fun day.
Thursday. So today is Christmas Eve.
There you have it.
It's a lot of Eves.
Thanks for that, Frank. That was
You're welcome. Happy to help out.
Yeah.
All right. So tomorrow's Friday. Anything special coming up tomorrow, Friday, Brad?
We'll tell you about some things going on this weekend, Christmassy and otherwise.
Good.
But mostly
All right.
Christmassy.
We'll plan your weekend for you. So do join us again tomorrow and each weekday on Roku, on YouTube, and on Facebook. We appreciate you watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. And I guess we're probably doing Ask Frank Live after this, right?
Yeah.
You're available?
I sure am.
Okay, all right. Sounds like a plan. Thanks a lot. So stick around for that on your Facebook Live feed. It's Morning in the Mountains, and this is the Mountain Fun Life channel.